are doing a 2nd grade concept attainment lesson on reptiles and amphibians.
Hi, I'm Megan Harris, and I'm doing the anticipatory set.
I'm Haley Perkins, and I'm doing the input.
I'm Anna Highland, and I'm doing guided practice.
I'm Robin Little, and I'm doing the closure.
Today I'm going to read Yertle the Turtle by Dr. Seuss. On the faraway island of Salamansson, Yertle the Turtle was king of the pond. A nice little pond. It was clean, it was neat, the water was warm, there was plenty to eat. The turtles had everything turtles might need, and they were all happy, quite happy indeed. They were until Yertle, the king of them all, decided the kingdom he ruled was too small. I'm ruler, said Yertle, of all that I see, but I don't see enough. That's the trouble with me. With this stone for a throne, I look down on my pond, but I cannot look down on the places beyond. This throne that I sit on is too low down. It ought to be higher, he said with a frown. If I could sit high, how much greater I'd be. What a king, I'd be ruler of all I could see. So Yertle the Turtle King lifted his hand, and Yertle the Turtle King gave a command. He ordered 9 turtles to swim to his stone, and using these turtles he built a new throne. He made each turtle stand on another one's back, and he piled them all up in a 9-turtle stack. And then Yertle climbed up. He sat down on the pile. What a wonderful view! He could see most of a mile. All mine, Yertle cried. Oh, the things I now rule! I'm king of a cow, I'm king of a mule, I'm king of a house, and what's more, beyond that, I'm king of a blueberry bush and a cat. I'm Yertle the Turtle, oh marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all that I see. And all through the morning he sat there up high, saying over and over, a great king am I, until long about noon, then he heard a faint sigh. What's that? Snapped the king, and he looked down the stack, and he saw, at the bottom, a turtle named Mac. Just a part of his throne, and his plain little turtle looked up and he said, Beg your pardon, King Yertle, I've pains in my back and my shoulders and knees. How long must we stand here, your majesty, please? Silence, the king of the turtles barked back. I'm king, and you're only a turtle named Mac. You say in your place where I'll sit here and rule, I'm king of a cow, and I'm king of a mule, I'm king of a house, and a bush, and a cat. But that isn't all. I'll do better than that. My throne shall be higher, his royal voice thundered. So pile up more turtles, I want about 200. Turtles, more turtles, he bellowed and brayed, and the turtles way down in the pond were afraid. They trembled, they shook, but they came, they obeyed. From all over the pond they came swimming by dozens, whole families of turtles with uncles and cousins, and all of them stepped on the head of poor Mac. One after another they climbed up the stack. Then Yertle the Turtle was perched up so high he could see 40 miles from his throne in the sky. Hooray, shouted Yertle, I'm king of the trees, I'm king of the birds, and a king of the bees. I'm king of the butterflies, king of the air. Ah me, what a throne, what a wonderful chair. I'm Yertle the Turtle, oh marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all that I see. Then again, from up below, in a great heavy stack, came a groan from the plain little turtle named Mac. Your Majesty, please, I don't like to complain, but down here below we are feeling great pain. I blow up on top, you're saying great sighs, but down at the bottom we too should have rights. We turtles can't stand it, our shells will crack. Besides, we need food, we are starving, groaned Mac. You hush up your mouth, howled the mighty King Yertle. You're no right to talk to the world's highest turtle. I rule from the clouds, over land, over sea. There's nothing, no, nothing that's higher than me. But while he was shouting, he saw with surprise that the moon of the evening was starting to rise. Up over his head in the darkening skies. What's that? Snorted Yertle. Say, what is that thing that dares to be higher than Yertle the King? I shall not allow it. I'll go higher still. I'll build my throne higher. I can and I will. I'll call some more turtles. I'll stack them into heaven. I'll need about 500, 5,000, 600, and 7. But as Yertle the Turtle King lifted his hand and started to order and give the command, that plain little turtle below in the stack, that plain little turtle whose name was just Mac, decided he'd taken enough and he had, and that plain little lad got a little mad, and that plain little Max was a plain little thing. He burped, and his burp shook the throne of the king. And Yertle the turtle, the king of the trees, the king of the air, the birds and the bees, the king of a house and a truck and a mow and a mule. Well, that was the end of the turtle's king's rule. For Yertle the king, all the Salaman's son, fell off his high throne and fell plunk in the pond. And today the great Yertle, the marvelous sea, is king of the mud. That is all he can see. And the turtles, of course, all the turtles are free, as turtles and maybe all creatures should be. Ta-da!
Okay, so today we're doing the concept attainment model, which is making these into two different categories of yeses and nos. At the end of this, after you are done guessing, you're going to give me a definition of what the yeses are. So, you can ask which one is in which category, saying no. Yes.
Is a toad a yes?
No, a toad is a no. So I'm going to make it pink.
Is an alligator a yes?
Yes, it is, which will go in the blue.
Is a crocodile a yes?
Yes. Are crocodiles and alligators kind of the same?
Yeah.
What do they have in common?
They have webbed feet.
Do they have scaly skin?
Yeah, and tails.
Yeah. Okay, more examples?
Is a turtle a yes?
Yes, which is why we read Yertle the turtle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is a frog a yes?
A frog is a no.
Is a newt a no?
Yes.
So then the tree frog has to be a no.
Uh-huh.
Is a lizard a yes?
Yes.
So a salamander has to be a no, right?
A salamander is a no.
Is an iguana a yes?
Yes, it is.
So a tadpole's a no, and a snake is a yes.
Uh-huh. Can you give me any more examples?
A cobra.
A cobra is a yes. I'll write this in blue. A cobra is a type of snake.
What about a bearded dragon?
A bearded dragon is a yes.
My cousin has one of those.
Bearded dragon.
And
Any more types?
And a rattlesnake.
Uh-huh.
What about a sea turtle?
A sea turtle is a yes too. So what do the yeses have in common? And what do you think it is?
They all have tough skin.
Mm-hmm. Can they live in the water?
Uh-huh.
Which one?
Alligators.
Mm-hmm.
And sea turtles.
And sea turtle. Do you know the name for these?
I think they're reptiles.
Yes,
reptiles.
they are, Anna. They are reptiles. And reptiles lay eggs, and they can live on land or in water. And they normally move on their bellies. Reptiles.
Now that we learned about reptiles and their environments, we're going to do a matching activity with this worksheet. On this worksheet, there are 6 different reptiles: a turtle, an alligator, an iguana, a lizard, a crocodile, and a snake. And there are 6 different environments: rainforest, grassland, pond, saltwater marsh, river, and wood. Your job is to match the reptile with its environment. I'll give you 10 minutes to complete the worksheet, and then after, we're going to discuss it as a group.
So a turtle is in a pond, right?
Yes, that's correct. Good job.
Rainforest is with the iguana, right?
Correct. I like the way you guys are working so quietly. Now that you guys have had time to work on your worksheets, we're going to see what you guys put. Can I have somebody come do turtle? Megan? Good job.
Thank you.
What about alligator? Robin? Good job.
Thanks.
What about iguana? Megan? Good job.
Thank you.
What about lizard? Robin? Crocodile? Megan? Good job. That was a hard one. I'm glad you got that one right.
Thank you.
And the last one, snake. Robin? Great job. Good job, guys. You got everything correct.
Okay, so today, for our concept attainment lesson, we learned what reptiles were. Can anyone tell me what reptiles are? Anna?
A reptile can live on land or in water, and they usually move on their bellies.
Good job. And we learned what reptiles are with the yes or no chart. And who can tell me when they realized that the yes column was reptiles? Anna?
When alligators and crocodiles are both yeses.
Good job. And then we did a matching game for review on reptiles and their environments with a worksheet. What did you guys like about the worksheet? Megan?
I really like the pictures. They helped me a lot.
Good, good. And because we all have learned about reptiles, and we all know what they are, we're going to have a test tomorrow on reptiles and their environment. So I want you to go home and review everything that we talked about today and create examples of reptiles on your own and bring them into class tomorrow, and we'll talk about them. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow.